Of course, no one can take any action against our nation, and if so, he will get a crushing response.
Gegen unseres Volk dieses Verbrechen zu tun.
We have never started a war, and we will never do so.
Begonnen und wir werden auch keinen Krieg beginnen.
But if one starts a war with us, that country will not be the one who can terminate the war.
Krieg führt und einen Krieg beginnt, wird dieses Land nicht das Land sein, das diesen Krieg beendet.
But regarding your second question,
zweite Frage,
our society has some moral rules and ethical rules, and in this way the majority of our people will continue to live. Our moral and legal rules actually govern one's behavior in the society.
Unsere moralischen Prinzipien sind in Bezug auf das Verhalten von Leuten in allgemeinen Bereichen.
And it's necessary to observe the law and also public moral rule.
Dass das Recht eingehalten wird und das Gesetz, dass man sich an Gesetze hält.
Zu der Frage zu Israel. Deutschlands Haltung, Verantwortung und enge Freundschaft zu Israel ist bekannt. Das Existenzrecht Israels gehört zur deutschen Staatsräson und ist für uns völlig unverhandelbar. Das ist ein Resultat aus unserer Geschichte und das ist unverbrüchlich und daran ändert sich ganz sicherlich nichts, weil ich hier in Teheran stehe.
Regarding your question about Israel, this is a responsibility we shoulder, and the close friendship between Germany and Israel is a principle that exists, and this right for existence is one of the principles of Germany, and it's not something to be to discuss about. And this is this is an outcome that we have learned from history. It cannot be changed, and my presence in Iran does not make any change to that principle.
سوال بعدی خبرگزاری جمهوری اسلامی ایران.
Conference of German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas and Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif. As you can see, both are being questioned by the journalists over there, and Iranian Foreign Minister just a short while ago said that Iran never wants to start a war and it is a peaceful country, and of course no nation can take any aggressive action against Iran.
Wir sehen jetzt gerade, besonders im letzten Jahr, dass viele deutsche und iranische Unternehmen nicht mehr miteinander arbeiten können, und das aufgrund der Störung seitens der USA. Meine Frage ist, was Deutschland konkret macht und welche Maßnahmen Deutschland ergreifen will, um diese Zusammenarbeit weiterzuführen. Und die nächste Frage richtet sich an Herrn Minister Zarif. zwar, welche Erwartungen hat Herr Zarif, der Minister von Deutschland, in diesem Zusammenhang?
Deutschland steht zum JCPOA. Wir sind nach wie vor der Auffassung, dass es richtig gewesen ist, dieses Abkommen abzuschließen. Wir erkennen an, dass der Iran seine Rechte geltend macht, die in diesem Abkommen festgelegt sind, auf wirtschaftliche Entwicklungsperspektiven. Wir müssen zur Kenntnis nehmen, dass durch den Austritt der Vereinigten Staaten aus diesem Abkommen
These are the live visuals of the joint press conference of German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas and Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif. And the German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas is in Iran in order to diffuse the rising US-Iranian tensions and to save the 2015 nuclear deal. And he also has warned of dangers of any conflict with Iran. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas has called for de-escalation of tensions in the region. On the other hand, Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif has said, of course, no nation can take any aggressive action against Iran, and in that case, if any nation takes an action against Iran, they will get the crushing response. He also said, we have never started a war and want peace in the region. However, he said that the European Union has failed to salvage the nuclear deal. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas is in Iran to diffuse the rising US-Iranian tensions and to save the 2015 nuclear deal.
Recognize this, that Iran is seeking its rights within the framework of JCPOA and seeks to benefit from its economic interests. The U.S. withdrawal from JCPOA actually prevented Iran from benefiting from the economic interests envisaged by the JCPOA, and we as European countries make efforts in order to pave the way for trade and economic growth in Iran. And also we have considered the financial mechanism known as Instex, and we'll try to have make possible financial exchanges via Instex so that European companies would be able to be active in Iran. And we do recognize Iran's right to benefit from the economic interests envisaged by JCPOA, and we do make efforts in order to actually put such commitments into practice. I told my colleague and friend at the meeting that Iran's expectation is merely the implementation of JCPOA.
gesagt, dass die einzige Erwartung vom Iran besteht darin, dass JCPOA umgesetzt wird.
I drew the attention of European friends to Articles 1, 2, 3 of Appendix 2 of the JCPOA.
Die Aufmerksamkeiten auf dem Text von JCPOA, besonders auf Artikel 1 bis 3, Annex Nummer 2, Anhang Nummer 2 gerichtet.
And also the statements by the Joint Commission at the ministerial level and also at the level of political directors that were issued after the U.S. pullout from JCPOA and the relevant commitments.
Danach in gemeinsamen Kommissionen sowohl bei Minister als auch bei anderen politischen Direktoren geführt worden sind und diese Erklärung beinhalten auch diese Verpflichtungen.
سال بعد خبرنگار اشپیگل.
The live visuals of the joint press conference of the German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas, who is in Iran, and Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas is in Iran to save the 2015 nuclear deal and diffuse the rising US-Iranian tensions. And during his press conference, he said that the EU reiterates a willingness to save 2015 nuclear pact, and he has also called for the de-escalation of tensions in the region. Heiko Maas has also warned of dangers of any conflict with Tehran.
Mr. Minister, on behalf of the US and Europe, there's this demand to hold talks beyond the frameworks of JCPOA regarding the issue of missiles and also Iran's destabilizing role in the region. So are you prepared to discuss such matters? What is your view? And also a question from Mr. Maas. It's been said by European media that Iran has set an ultimatum. Did you discuss such an ultimatum? And what response did you get?
در مورد بحث هایی که ایالات متحده و اروپا مطرح می‌کنند،
the issues raised by the United States and Europe, there are 2 points that are noteworthy to consider.
In Bezug auf die Themenfelder, die US-Amerikaner und die Europäer besprechen, es gibt 2 Punkte.
Firstly, we have an agreement that is the outcome of 2 years of intensive talks and 12 years of diplomatic activities.
Wir haben jetzt eine Vereinbarung, das ist das Resultat von 2 Jahren intensiver Arbeit und Verhandlung und auch 12 Jahre diplomatische Arbeit.
Have they implemented the agreement that they expect to discuss other matters?
Und jetzt erwarten, dass wir über andere Themen sprechen?
First, they should show that reaching an agreement with the U.S. is beneficial, and then they should ask for, they should demand to hold talks about other
jeglicher Gespräch mit den
matters.
USA ein Resultat hat, das heißt etwas bringt, damit wir auch zur nächsten Frage kommen, wie wir das jetzt machen und über andere Themen besprechen. Aber zweiter Punkt.
But regarding the second point, who is the cause of destabilization in this region?
Destabilisierung in der Region.
Did we provide Saddam with weapons?
Saddam Hussein Waffen geliefert hat?
Did we support the Al-Qaeda?
Die Al-Qaida unterstützt haben?
Did we imprison the Lebanese Prime Minister?
Premierminister von Libanon in Gefängnis gebracht hat?
Are we bombing the Yemeni civilians on a daily basis?
Die Zivilen in Jemen bombardieren?
Did
we support Daesh and Jabhat al-Nusra, or was it the US-made weapons that were provided to them by Saudi Arabia?
In Syrien unterstützt haben, oder die waren die US-Waffen, die durch Saudi-Arabien geliefert worden sind in dieser Region?
آیا ما مناطق اشغالی کشورهای دیگر رو به دیگری بخشیدیم؟
Have we granted Quds and Golan Heights to other countries? These occupied areas? Did we grant them to other countries? Are we the ones who caused tensions in Libya and Sudan?
Libyen und Sudan böse Aktivitäten machen?
اگر قرار باشه راجع به رفتار تشنج-آفرین در این منطقه صحبت بشه،
if one seeks to talk about the creation of tensions in this region, those are the other parties that should be held accountable.
Das eskalierende Verhalten von hier in der Region gesprochen werden sollte. Die anderen müssen darüber sprechen.
ضمن ما یه تفاوت دیگه‌ای هم داریم با
And there's,
دیگران.
we do have another difference with others. There's another difference between us and others.
In einem anderen Zusammenhang unterschiedlich mit anderen.
ما 7000 سال در این منطقه هستیم.
We have been living in this region for the past 7,000 years.
دیگران از کجا اومدن؟
Who have the other
Wo
parties
sind
come
die
from?
anderen hierher gekommen?
These are the live visuals of the joint press conference of German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas and Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif. And German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas is in Iran to save the 2015 nuclear deal and diffuse rising US-Iranian tensions. And during his press conference, Heiko Maas has warned of the dangers of any conflict with Iran, and he has also called for the de-escalation of tensions in the region. He also reiterated that EU's willingness to save the 2015 nuclear deal. On the other hand, Javad Zarif said that, of course, Iran has never started a war and wants peace in the region.